Hey everyone, welcome back to SuperBike Intelligence. Always good to have you here, and if you're joining us for the first time, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe so you never miss the latest updates from the world of cutting-edge motorcycles. Today we've got something genuinely exciting to talk about, something Triumph fans have been waiting for, debating about, speculating over, and straight up dreaming of. Yep, the legendary name is finally coming back. This is the story of the 2026 Triumph Daytona 660. So let's settle in, relax, grab a cup of whatever keeps you going because we're diving deep into the first real look at Triumph's reborn middleweight Supersport. And trust me, this is not the Daytona you remember, but in a very good way. You know, whenever Triumph brings back a historic nameplate, there's always this moment of suspense. Will it live up to the hype? Will it stay true to its heritage? Will it be something totally different? And right off the bat, just looking at the new Daytona 6060, it's clear Triumph wanted to blend nostalgia with a modern attitude. We're talking about a design that feels properly aggressive, sharp in all the right places, and unmistakably Triumph, but also cleaner, slicker, and more mature than the old Daytona 675 ever was. The front end has this purposeful, almost predatory look, with narrow LED headlights that sit deeper into the fairing, giving off that "don't mess with me" vibe. And the bodywork itself is tighter, more sculpted, more aerodynamic, but not in an overdone way. It looks like Triumph really wanted to strike a balance between track-ready aggression and everyday usability. You can instantly spot the echoes of the Trident 660 platform underneath, but everything around it from the fairings to the tail section is all new and carries that Supersport DNA the Daytona badge demands. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does it have the heart of a Daytona? And here's the interesting part. Triumph has gone in a direction nobody expected, a hybrid 660 triple. That's right. Triumph is stepping into the hybrid world, but in a way that actually makes sense for a sport bike. Instead of chasing big electric power or trying to replace the engine, Triumph is using a compact electric assist system that adds torque, smooths out acceleration, and helps with efficiency, especially in the city. The core engine is still that sweet, balanced, versatile 660cc triple we already know, but tuned for more excitement. Triumph is reportedly pushing a noticeable bump in horsepower and mid-range punch, and the electric assist fills in the low-end gap, giving the bike this instant, responsive surge that should make it feel quicker off the line than anything else in the class. It's not just about speed, though. Hybrid tech allows Triumph to keep emissions low without neutering performance, and that means we get the best of both worlds. Power when you want it, economy when you need it. And yes, I can already hear the purists groaning hybrid on a Daytona, but honestly, once you think about what this category has become, it makes sense. Middleweight supersports are no longer just track toys, they need to be everyday machines too. And Triumph is clearly aiming for that sweet spot between performance and practicality. Let's talk handling because that's where Daytona earns its name. Triumph didn't go crazy with race-spec parts, but they did focus heavily on real-world performance. The bike has a revised chassis that's stiffer in key areas, a slightly more aggressive riding position than the Trident but nowhere near as extreme as the old 675, perfect for spirited road riding, weekend track days, or just carving through your favorite countryside roads. Suspension is balanced towards sporty comfort, and Triumph has dialed in geometry that keeps the bike light, flickable, and confidence-inspiring. Early testers have said the hybrid assist actually helps smooth out corner exits because the electric torque fills in the gaps, letting you roll on power more cleanly. It's a clever use of tech without making the bike feel artificial or disconnected. Now here's the curveball that nobody expected from a Daytona off-road capability. Not adventure bike off-road, but Triumph has added a light gravel mode in the electronics. It softens power delivery, adjusts traction control, and lets the bike handle poorly surfaced roads without drama. This isn't meant for hitting trails or doing die-car stages, but if you live in an area where the roads are rough, or you end up on those questionable shortcuts Google Maps loves sending you down, it's actually a really smart addition. It reflects how riders actually use their middleweight bikes today. They're commuters, canyon carvers, weekend warriors, and sometimes explorers of the unknown. Speaking of electronics, Triumph has stepped up in a big way. The Daytona 660 comes with a fully updated TFT display, bigger, brighter, cleaner, something that finally brings Triumph's mid-range bikes in line with premium offerings. The interface is smoother, the menus are easier to navigate, and Triumph's connectivity suite is baked in. You get navigation, calls, music, riding stats, all integrated without feeling overwhelming. One of the coolest interior touches is the new hybrid inside screen. It shows battery assist, regen levels, and how the electric motor is working in real time, not in a geeky EV car way, but in a fun, rider-friendly visual. It makes the hybrid system feel like part of the riding experience rather than hidden in the background. Now let's get into the pricing because Triumph has been very strategic here. They know they're stepping into territory dominated by bikes like the Yamaha R7, Aprilia RS 660, Honda Chevia, Anomaly Manal, Air and Kawasaki ZEG6. Triumph's aim is to sit right between the premium feel of the RS 660 and the affordability of the R7. Early projections put the 2026 Daytona 660 in the range of £9,500 to £10,200. That's surprisingly competitive, considering the hybrid tech, new chassis, new electronics, and the prestige of the Daytona name. But the real question: how does it compare to past Daytonas? Well, it's definitely not trying to be the 675, and that's a good thing. The 675 was a blade, sharp, fast, uncompromising, a pure supersport that demanded commitment. The new 6060 is more like a precision tool built for everyone, not just hardcore riders. It's friendlier, more refined, more versatile, but still has that Triumph character, that smooth triple growl, that predictable handling, that premium fit and finish. You could say the 2026 Daytona 660 is the evolution of the supersport for a new generation. It's no longer about chasing lap times. It's about giving riders something they can live with daily without sacrificing fun. And when you look at where the motorcycle world is heading, electrification, emissions regulations, rising insurance costs, this feels like Triumph's way of keeping the supersport spirit alive rather than letting it fade away. What I personally love is that Triumph didn't fall into the trap of making a baby speed triple or a fully track-focused monster. They found a middle ground, a modern interpretation of what a Daytona should be. Lightweight, stylish, full of personality, and now even more usable thanks to hybrid tech. Imagine filtering through city traffic with electric torque smoothing everything out, then hitting the back roads and letting the triple sing as you flick the bike effortlessly from corner to corner to corner. Then maybe taking a detour onto some rough country lane and not worrying because the bike actually has a mode built for that. It's a Daytona for real life, but still a Daytona. And honestly, with Triumph's recent success with the Trident and Tiger Sport 6060, this bike was the natural next step. They already had the engine, the platform, and the global demand. All they needed was a way to bring the Daytona name back without competing directly with leader-class superbikes, and they nailed it. I can already see this bike becoming a favorite for new riders looking to upgrade, seasoned riders who want something manageable yet exciting, and even returning riders who want a bike that feels sporty without the pain of old-school supersports. It's approachable but still holds onto that iconic spirit. So, as we move closer to the official 2026 release, we're all just waiting to see the final performance numbers, the full color lineup, and of course, the accessories Triumph always offers, because you know they're going to drop a race kit, an upgraded exhaust, maybe even track-ready suspension options. But for now, one thing is clear: the Daytona is back and it's different. And honestly, that might be exactly what the motorcycle world needed. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the upcoming Triumph Daytona 6060, make sure to hit that like button. Drop a comment below telling me what you think of the hybrid direction. And of course, subscribe to SuperBike Intelligence for more motorcycle news, leaks, and future bike breakdowns just like this one. Thanks for hanging out today, ride safe, stay sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.